Everybody thinks the islands are paradise, but they don't see the other side to it. I grew up my whole life on Kauai. Growing up was really lonely. My parents were there, but we were never stable. My mom and my dad were fighting over drugs. I was watching them fight before I fell asleep. Something was telling me to get up. I was walking towards the bathroom, but I looked out the back window and I seen a silhouette hanging from a tree. Seeing my dad's life fade before my eyes was something I don't really want anybody else to see. My dad is still alive, but he's not the same. I didn't feel like I belonged to anyone. That's when I started picking up bad habits. I would just hang out with the older boys. I took what they taught me and I ran with it. Started doing drugs, stealing. Nothing really was handed to me. I had to get it on my own. I was 16 with my uncle's car. I got money, I got drugs. Who's gonna tell me anything? I seen Officer Scribner, now in dip. He ended up catching me, and that's when I got incarcerated. At one point in time, I was depressed. My mom can't come. It's lonely.
Growing up, they don't have role models that create opportunities for the kids to have better choices. So this group really doesn't have anybody. I've seen boys cry because they didn't want to leave, because everything in the correctional facility was structured. They didn't have to worry about food. They didn't have to worry about medicine. They didn't have to worry about a safe place to sleep.
All I was worried about is having a safe place to stay without looking over my shoulder.
Food, clothing, shelter is what we take for granted. These youngsters don't have those basics. They are where they are because somewhere along the line, they weren't nurtured.
Humans have to be nurtured, and if not, they don't feel like they fit in. So a lot of the systems that are in place doesn't allow them to grow. And then what happens is you see them become outcasts.
I was on the streets for 3 years, bumming money every day. Kind of does a toll on your body and who you are, it hurts.
A lot of these youngsters weren't the ones that had food on the table every night. They're not the ones that had places to sleep that were safe for them to sleep. One of the houseless youth we had came beaten up.
That night, I figured I'll drive through Kailua and check out where he stays at because he's houseless. I heard this big commotion, and so I go around the corner, and Kama's at a bus stop, and he's all bust up. He has his hand wrapped. And I asked him, what happened, man? And he told me some guy just beat him up.
This guy said, I'm trying to rob his mom. He ran in his car and grabbed the pipe, and he started trying to swing it, and I blocked it one time.
That guy's son beat up Kama because he thought that his wife was going to get robbed by Kama. He just happened to look like the wrong kind of guy when all Kama did was cross the street.
People tend to judge someone right away. But what we have to do is realize that there is underlying reasons why they're doing what they're doing.
It's just the choices they've made. In all the prisons I've ever worked in, I've yet to meet a bad kid. What is it that make them do bad choices? I'm just gonna say life. They're always looked down upon, they was always yelled at. They were told they were not gonna amount to anything. By the time they get to 13 or 14, they're into drugs and then to alcohol, just to ease the pain. And it's just a matter of time before they get into the criminal justice system. So we have what we call intergenerational poverty, intergenerational incarceration now.
If you were raised up as a kid and saw your mom get hit by your dad, and when your mom got hit, she would be a subordinate. Maybe dad then took that out on the streets, I want this. You don't want to give it to me. Boom, he hits the guy. And the kids see that as, oh, that's how these things work. Kid grows up, starts hitting, and they get a pleasure from it. It's like a drug, it feeds them. This intergenerational trauma goes on through life. That will just continue to keep going until somebody stops it. That's when I thought, well, we gotta do something for these guys.
I had excuses in my head that brought me to where I'm at. I really want to change.
When I first got involved with this age group, I was angry at them. And I said, they're lazy. And I said, wait, somebody trained those kids. And that's where I said, hey, you know what? It must be they just don't know how. So why don't I give them the benefit of the doubt? If we try and teach those youth to help out, and then we teach enough of them, and next you know, we have an army of young boys and girls that could help out and fix up homes for kupuna. And I figured if we could build houses for people, it'll save them a lot of money and help them and their families.
Then we started recruiting people in the neighborhood, Waimanalo, and a lot of it was just theory. We started realizing like, yeah, a lot of these guys don't even have life skills. So we started teaching that, and that's what became Kinai Eha.
It means extinguish pain. There's always gonna be pain out there. So we try to find what these youth love, and we push them into that.
A lot of the kids, when they come to me, they've been out of school for at least a year, and they're at least 4 years behind. But Jaben, his work ethic was already naturally there.
I used to blame everybody else for my mistakes, but who is there to blame when you're in a cell by yourself? Nobody. I can't control what my parents do, what anybody else do, but I can control what I do. I gotta start worrying about my income, my education, if I wanna be successful.
One of the best things I like about Kinai Eha is that when they start teaching them about work, about construction, his schooling improved.
Construction is just a base for us. Anybody can work construction, can work anywhere. It's a tough job. Then they learn work ethic, and with good work ethic, you don't need to be smart, you don't have to be strong, but everybody can work hard.
There's so much people telling me, cops, all kinds of different people. They were telling me, go to this program, go to this program. I didn't want to. I wanted to stay out there. And then this auntie who helps me out, she was telling me, you should really try it, just try it. I just told myself that I have to get myself out.
So when they first come, we ask them what's their purpose. You know, a lot of them will say what you want to hear, and some of them don't even know what a purpose is. For one of our homeless boys, he said a plate lunch. The most important thing for him was a plate lunch. So I said, right now, your purpose in life is to survive and get food. And I said, just being here today, you guys beat the odds so far. So let's start from now and move forward. We engage them in the community right from the start. And being in a place where they're actually contributing, the feeling is from zero to hero.
We love the kids, Kinai Eha. And we'd love to see them grow and make a difference. And in the years to come, we'd like to see that they are making a difference in the lives of others that have walked that same road as they have.
I enjoy seeing the little changes that they make. So when a youngster walks by and they come to greet me, good morning, Kumu, I smile.
Could be as simple as carrying a box of food for my kupuna. I never did do that before, but it feels good when they tell me thank you. I would have never done that if they didn't expose me to that situation. It feels good helping people instead of hurting them.
So that there teaches them how to be significant without violence. They find significance because they're valued, and that empowers them to want to get to the next level.
Everyone was always telling me that I was the man at doing all the bad stuff. But now I come out here and I have all these grown men showing me that I can do good at other things and showing me that I can be a good man.
I hope to get my GED and to give back to my community when I go home. Open a program for troubled teens who were once like me.
They become driven. They start to realize how strong they truly are. Everybody has value. You just gotta find it.
When you see someone, you gotta look past all that negative. You gotta see them as someone that can and will be a good person. Just knowing that someone cares about them gives them a reason to better their lives, and that they make a difference in the lives of others by giving back.
is all about.